The real Leipzig was the first German champion due to a drunken rival. For fans of the real Leipzig, Red Bull is all business. Modern football with money for feeling. This is what the followers of Germany's first champion say, VfL Leipzig, which was renamed Lokomotiv Leipzig and has not been in the Bundesliga for 30 years. But no one will take away the honor of that first title in 1903, conditioned by the drunkenness and hangover of their rival in the final. If you only recognize RB Leipzig as a city team with the same name, you are wrong. But don't blame yourself. Red Bull's $1 million investment in the club it founded in 2009 and the 30 years that the original has not played in the Bundesliga have helped a lot. Because yes, there is a Leipzig that could be classified as the original and true that is not Rasenballsport. In 1896, 113 years before the creation of the entity that everyone now knows, VfB Leipzig was born, a team that would later change its name to the current FC Lokomotiv Leipzig. He can boast of being the first champion of a German first division. He won it in 1903, a success in which his rival's drunkenness the night before had a lot to do with it. DFC Prague, the current Czech capital, was part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, felt such a favorite for that final that they decided to spend the night before the match in a tavern. Leipzig had had to access through previous qualifying rounds, something that Prague avoided. What was not spared was the partying and the subsequent hangover that, it is said, influenced the result. Leipzig emerged victorious from that final and won a title that did not remain only in the entity's showcases. In fact, he had a great role in those years. In 1904, he reached the final again, but a complaint in the other semi-final caused the suspension of that tournament. A year later, the team could not compete in the playoff due to financial problems, while in 1906 it was proclaimed champion again, a title that it would repeat in 1913. In addition, it won the German Cup in 1936 by beating Schalke 04 in the decisive clash for the trophy. In the years to come, their triumphant pace disappeared, but Lokomotiv Leipzig was able to win titles, although without the continuity exhibited in its early days. With the country already divided, it won 4 German Democratic Republic Cups between 1976 and 1987, in addition to the Intertoto that it won in 1966. This trophy allowed him to play in the 1963-64 Fairs Cup, a tournament that he played continuously for the next 6 seasons. However, their greatest successes came in the UEFA Cup and the European Cup Winners' Cup. In this competition, they reached the final in 1987 and lost to Ajax 0-1, while, in UEFA, they reached the semi-finals in 1974, when they were knocked out by Tottenham. However, the team moved away from Europe in the late 1980s and from the elite of German football in the mid-1990s. They played their last Bundesliga in the 1993-94 campaign. He played in the second category until 1998, when he fell into a hole from which he has not yet emerged. Since then, he has alternated between 3rd, 4th, and 5th, a division that he left in 2016 to return to a 4th step in which he continues today. This campaign, they are making merits to be promoted, since they are leaders in the Nordost Regional Liga. In the city of Leipzig, there is also Chemie, a club 101 years younger than Lokomotiv, but also with more tradition than RB Leipzig. It was founded in 1997 as the successor to the defunct Sachsen Leipzig and shares a league with its neighbors. The derby brought together more than 10,000 people in a Brunoplatz stadium that has a capacity for 15,000, but whose capacity is reduced by about 4,500 seats for security reasons. Red Bull Leipzig is not the real Leipzig.